Hi everybody. So this is a new program that we're starting here in the children's department. Every Friday morning, Miss Carrie will be recommending some books that I've enjoyed and that I think you'll enjoy too. So for our first edition of Miss Carrie Recommends, the first book that I'm going to be highlighting this week and authors is Fables by Arnold Lobel. So, this book is one of Miss Carrie's favorites from childhood. I remember my mom reading this book to me when I was maybe about 4, so it's continued to be a favorite with me. So, in this book, Fables means that each story has a little moral, which tells you like how to act or how to treat others. So each page has a short little story and it has a picture to go with it. So I'm going to read to you from my favorite one in this book. There we go. So this is Miss Carrie's favorite tale in this book. It's called The Hippopotamus at Dinner. So I'm going to read that part to you to give you a little taste of what this book is like. The hippopotamus went into a restaurant. He sat at his favorite table. "Waiter," called the hippopotamus, "I will have the bean soup, the Brussels sprouts, and the mashed potatoes. Please hurry. I am enormously hungry tonight." In a short while, the waiter returned with the order. The hippopotamus glared down at his plate. "Waiter," he said, "do you call this a meal? These portions are much too small. They would not satisfy a bird. I want a bathtub of bean soup, a bucket of Brussels sprouts, and a mountain of mashed potatoes. I tell you, I have an appetite." The waiter went back into the kitchen. He returned carrying enough bean soup to fill a bathtub, enough Brussels sprouts to fill a bucket, a mountain of mashed potatoes. In no time, the hippopotamus had eaten every last morsel. "Delicious," said the hippopotamus as he dabbed his mouth with his napkin and prepared to leave. To his surprise, he could not move. His stomach, which had grown considerably larger, was caught between the table and the chair. He pulled and tugged, but it was no use. He could not budge. The hour grew late. The other customers in the restaurant finished their dinners and left. The cooks took off their aprons and put away their pots, and the waiter cleared the dishes and turned out the lights. They all went home. The hippopotamus remained there, sitting forlornly at the table. "Perhaps I should not have eaten quite so many Brussels sprouts," he said, as he gazed in the gloom of the darkened restaurant. Occasionally, he burped. So, at the bottom of the page, it says, "Too much of a good anything often leaves one with a feeling of regret." So that kind of means if you've ever heard somebody say too much of a good thing can be bad. Like sometimes if you eat too much sweets, it can make you feel kind of yucky. This is what happened to the hippopotamus too. So that's a story from this book. I'm going to show you some other things that are similar to that book. So that means a book that if you like that one, you might like these two. So Arnold Lobel wrote Days with Frog and Toad. So if you've ever read the Frog and Toad book, it's the same author. So there's a series of Frog and Toad books, and you can check them out at your library. And Arnold Lobel, he didn't just write the books, he illustrated them too. So that means he made the pictures. So that's really cool. Another author who does a great job with Fables, which are like these short stories, is Jerry Pinkney. So Jerry Pinkney is a fantastic artist. This one is an edition of Aesop's Fables. if you've ever heard the tortoise and the hare about their race, that's from Aesop's Fables. So Jerry Pinkney is a fantastic artist. This is a taste of his artwork. And the fables are short little stories too, that tell you a little message about life. Like this one is about the fox and the goat, and that message is look before you leap. So that means before you make a decision, think about what that would mean. Another book by Jerry Pinkney is called The Lion and the Mouse. This is also one of my favorites because it's got these fabulous pictures. And also, something that's really cool about this book is it doesn't have any words. So you can tell yourself the story from the pictures. So these books are all available from the library with your library card. In September is library card sign-up month. So if you don't have a card, drop by the library and see one of us and we can help you get a card. So that's the first edition of Miss Carrie Recommends. So next week I'll be coming to you with another book and author to highlight and tell you some other books that you would like too. So I'll see you next week, guys. Bye.